The Fargo Five, we've got Beth Jansen here, the executive director at Bonanzaville. Hello, Beth.
Hi.
We were just talking about, this is the frequently asked questions segment. So we do just questions, silly, zany, wacky questions, and you and I were talking. Here's a question. Is Rocky Horror Picture Show a comedy?
Well, I think it's a comedy. It's weird.
It's weird.
I laugh at it.
Yeah. I mean, it's got laugh lines, right? It's got punch lines. Are you a big fan of
Rocky Horror?
Yeah. I mean, it's just a jump to the
When
left.
I was younger, we would go down in Minneapolis. So,
oh, really? Did you dress up?
At times,
Which character would you dress up as?
It would change from different ones. I
Okay.
usually tried to stay in my clothes. So that's just kind of, feel for which characters I would be.
Yeah, I definitely formative for me. Yeah, I remember watching that in high school. It felt very subversive.
Yeah.
To watch. And it was subversive in the 80s. Yeah, every year.
Fargo Theater.
Every year, yeah. And it was very subversive in the 80s.
Yeah, it was.
It's
Obviously, it was,
It's almost like tame now, I think.
Yes, now it's pretty tame compared to what it was.
It's a little problematic in some ways, actually. But, okay, so that was our first question. Next question. This one's pretty serious. Which is your favorite? Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, or Marvel?
Oh, no, that's a horrible question.
Yeah.
I have to draw.
You got to pick just one to a desert island. You just watch one of them over and over and over.
Star Trek. I'm going to have to pick
You're Trekkie.
Star Trek. Yeah.
You're Trekkie.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me.
I've seen all of them. I've seen all of them.
Live long
and prosper.
And prosper.
Yeah, everything from, I think I've watched every single of the originals, probably repeatedly.
Yeah.
Over and over.
So TOS, you're a big TOS fan?
TOS?
The original series?
Yes, the original series.
Not
abbreviate it usually, but
so
yeah.
I live online. So everything's an abbreviation in my world.
So yes and no. So I've watched all of them. So the funny thing is I remember a conversation back in the day when the Next Generation was just coming on, and my uncle and my cousin were watching it, and they were talking about how great it was, and I was like, "There's no way I will ever watch that. There's no way. That's awful."
That
and then
seems to be a pattern with Trek.
and then of course I watched it. And then I couldn't get enough. I've even watched the Picard, which is one of them, but I don't. But I won't stoop to cartoonies. I just won't.
You just won't do it.
No,
Lower
it's
decks.
gotta be live. Yeah.
My wife enjoys it. So my wife, she hates it when I talk about what a Trekkie she is. But sorry, honey, she is a Trekkie, and so we've, TOS doesn't do it for us. And it might be a generational thing.
It's a generational thing, I'm sure of it.
Just the production value just doesn't hold up, and it's just too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's too campy. I can't. I've tried, but TNG is great. DS9 is great. What did you think of Picard?
I don't know. I had mixed feelings about Picard. I thought I might. Yeah, I just. Yeah. I mean, I watched it, the whole thing, and I will, continue.
It's great to see Jean-Luc back at it.
I liked him and stuff, but I don't know.
How do you feel about Voyager?
I loved Voyager.
Yeah,
absolutely loved Voyager.
I feel Captain Janeway. I'm not being hyperbolic. Maybe the best written female character ever.
Oh, she was fabulous.
I love the way she was written. It was well-rounded. She was interesting. She was in charge, but she's a very well-written character.
Yeah, I agree. I would have to agree.
Who do you think is the best captain? In Star Trek.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to choose.
I don't. Oh my gosh, that's awful. I mean, I guess Picard is my favorite.
Okay.
So, but I really like Janeway too.
Janeway is great.
Yeah, and then of course,
I think
Kirk is original. So I would have to. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's not who do you like the most.
Okay.
The question is who's the best captain?
I think Janeway might be the best.
You know
captain.
what? I think you might be right. Although her immediate decision, of course, it drives the plot forward, but her immediate decision is a little, I don't know. I mean,
sometimes questionable.
Like, what put them out there in the first place?
Why
right?
did you get there? Exactly.
It's like,
but if it weren't for those, you wouldn't have the shows.
Wouldn't have the show, right? So it's the whole.
So there's
going to
have to be a screw up to get you there in the first place.
So even though the entire conceit of the show is a little flawed.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, I tend to. Yeah.
All right. Well, that is all the time for Star Trek that we have.
Okay.
We are going to take a little break, and when we come back, it's 47 after. We're almost done with the show.
Wow,
I mean,
that's
fast.
Fast.
It's fast, right?
Flown by.
That's a compliment. That means you're having a good time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is fun.
You're going to have one more chance to try to figure out what the intermission music is. If you don't ever say it on air. But we'll.
I can't say it on air? Okay.
But we'll talk in the break here, and then when we come back, Fargo favorites. So don't go. Wait a minute. Technical difficulties. There we go. There it is. There's the music. I have the music, so you can't hear it when I turn it up. But if it doesn't turn up, I don't. Now it's playing. Don't go nowhere. Okay. See you soon.